for joining me today. So, the last quarterfinals are done. We know the semi-finals. It's all in. The top 4 teams of 2019 are in, guys. And it was interesting. A little bit to exactly what I predicted, so that's good. A little closer in some ways, a little further in other ways, but overall I'm quite happy with it. Obviously as a lifelong fan. But yes, please share, subscribe, join the community. I'm over 450 subscribers now. The channel is growing rapidly and I'm loving you guys' support. The communication and the conversations down below are just amazing. Let's get into it. Okay, so obviously we have the Wales-France game first. A massive performance from France, taking nothing away. Vahamina really just came in there with a 5 minutes into the game, outstanding try, really, really good performance. And then again, 8 minutes in, boom. And at that point, you're wondering, can the French do more? Can they actually get it? They obviously hit the post in the first one, the second one, they got it over, ending at 12-0. Then it was a little bit concerned. I think a lot of the Welsh were shook at that point, and it wasn't sure what's going to happen there. The French looked like the game. This is the game where they pitch up, and they don't pitch up at every game, but this one they pitched up, and you could see it by the way that they handled the breakdowns. Actually, were rushing on defense, outstanding defense, probably one of the best defensive performances from France in this tournament, and really a sad game to go out on. After that, you obviously have, then Wales comes back with a strong try, just giving them, from Wainwright, just giving a little bit of a, breathing room and moments there. The halftime score ended up being 10-19 to France, which I think was a little bit closer. France definitely dominated a lot more. This was a very, very French first half, and overall, I think this was looking like it was France's game. Wales had to come back here, and it was probably one of the biggest telling things is Wales had very, very poor, especially in the first half, defensive rate, missing a lot of tackles, not really getting a lot of great runs in, and it hurt them overall in this performance. So I think that's probably where it just fell apart for the Welsh, and they just didn't pitch up. Players like Bigger were not able to get into anywhere, and Josh Adams, none of them were just able to go anywhere further than that. So yeah, it was a little bit of a big average performance from both, from especially the Welsh. Overall though, the second half, then the game changes. The story gets a little bit rewritten, history repeats itself, and the script gets flipped out the window. We come into the second half, and it was a case of, okay, stalemate between the two teams, but then red card to France. To be fair, probably close to, if not the dumbest red card in the World Cup. That was one of the red cards where you're like, dude, what were you thinking? Like, what were you thinking? It was so clear. It wasn't even hidden. The guy just did it. Wow. That was dumb. I'm sorry to say, that was dumb. And in that single moment, he wiped away his try. Took away all, yes, you could see the whole French team for about 5 minutes were dipped. Then all of a sudden, the French really actually lifted their game. With 14 men, they did look outstanding, and it looked very close. Wales takes a kick to get them in within that converted try points. Overall, at this point, it's a stalemate. Both teams are hammering each other, and to France's credit, 14 men Wales could not find space. I mean, they were going at them, and the French defense held strong and solid. If you look at things like offloads, 11-3. You've got backs, like actual rucks, there was so many, like 90-75. You have defenders beaten 26-17. It was just a strong French actual performance overall. They really just made there and came there and put everything right. And with 14 men, they were just so dominant still. They even come close to scoring tries. It was very impressive. But the nail in the coffin, that rip try near the end. Wow, what a performance. And funnily enough, for Moriarty, who earlier got a yellow card himself. Definitely a little bit of a nice little story there, considering he just came on, yellow card like a minute later. So that's good to see, interesting to see. And I am a little bit, I have to admit, like, flip a coin, you could probably find 5 refs who'd say there was a try, 5 refs who'd say there wouldn't. The biggest thing here being the question obviously asked when the ref asked it, saying, give me convincing reasons why not to award a try, and there was no compelling evidence of it. So, to be fair, the ref, the TMO was right in awarding it, but the question from the ref was what gave it. So, yeah, some French would be like, that was not a try, and to be fair, 14 men, and that's the only way Wales could score a try. A lot of Welsh fans would be very concerned about that. They just could not move forward. And as we've always said, France are a team that when they arrive, they can beat the best team in the world, and they definitely arrived today. So some credit to Wales for sure. Overall, other than that, this game was a little bit of a stalemate. It wasn't the most fun game to watch in the quarterfinal rounds. There was a lot of kicking for territory, a lot of trying to force the other team to play on the side, and neither really dominating that for large parts of the game. I think that the most important thing here, Wales just were able to at least capitalise on what they got. Lucky nonetheless, but still capitalise. A point is a point. A win is a win. It doesn't matter how you get it. France, on the other hand, could just not convert more points. After some really great attacks in the first half, credit to Wales for stemming the tide and coming back and performing a really good second half, even though they could not cut apart a 14-man French team. So take from that what you will. But yes, let's get into the next game, the South Africa-Japan game. So, Japan, well done. What a performance. Any team from that kind of performance would be proud. Credit to South Africa for winning it in the end, but Japan really, wow. You are so much fun to watch. You are so enjoyable to just see the way you play rugby, and it's just exciting. Very well done. Let's get into how the game unfolded. First half, an intense battle. Mapimpi goes over early 5-minute try, and then a lot of South Africans are, especially I was having a bribe for this. We were confident. We were like, whew, okay, maybe we were wrong. And then for the next 30 minutes, we didn't have a ball. Like, what? Obviously, we got a yellow card with Beast going off like 10 centimeters from being a red card. Fair enough, I agree. Was a tight one, but a yellow card nonetheless. Khaleesi going off for that. Obviously, the main reason for that being that Khaleesi is the lightest of the front pack, and you want to obviously get your scrums, especially in a gameplay we play, get your scrum as heavy as possible still. Makes sense. Anyway, good performance. Japan, in those 10 minutes, get themselves a penalty to go over to Mura having a good day at the boot, 100% kicking rate compared to Pollard's. Only the one kick, but still 100% kicking rate. Then the game became a stalemate. South Africa defending, and I mean, at some points it was 81% to like 19% or something stupid possession-wise. You had at the end of the half it was heavy 70-30 like split in that, and it was massively Japan's way. And this is the big thing. They couldn't capitalize on those. And that's something that hurt against the All Blacks and something that hurts every team. If you can have the ball for that long and not score, that's a concerning factor. And you could see that was starting to wane on the team. South Africa's strategy definitely works out that way. We play that way. We like to let you play, and then you just almost, get overwhelmed when the team starts playing in that way. The biggest story from South Africa's side, just not getting enough in that way. We get to the end of the half anyway, after Japan not being able to get into the over the try line, and it's 5-3. Very tight game, intense. Japan, in my opinion, had the upper hand here quite substantially from just amount of handling errors to amount of tackles having to be made, tackle quality. They really had a couple of really good, I think it was 90% tackle success rate at that point. It was really good performance from Japan. Next half, things start turning away. Really strong performances from the South African forward pack here, and I think it began with just South Africa starting to dismantle the Japanese line-out. They could not get any real play from any penalties. Penalties were just pretty much stripped away for them as they lost 5 of their 13 line-outs. South Africa then goes over to score a try. Faf scoring the try, and then a couple of really good, and obviously Mapimpi getting another try, giving him his now sharing the top spot of the try tournament. Mapimpi, in my opinion, should have been man of the match. That's my opinion. I agree that Faf, to some regards, played one of the best games of the tournament for himself for sure, considering how he just governed. He was a nuisance around the scrum. Defensively, he was very impressive. Overall, he was a little bit, I think, wayward in his kicks. A lot of the kicks going a little too far, finding players or just not being contestable for us, putting us in odd positions, but they were better. They were an improvement, but they were still a little too many and too much. I don't think he deserved man of the match, but good performance from him. Interestingly enough, now that means that all three of our scrum offs have now got man of the match performances in this tournament, showcasing how the quality of the scrum off position we have. Overall, South Africa's concerns in this game, for sure, going into the next one, is just missed opportunities. Kicking tee and try-wise. Villaroo was lackluster in this game, for sure. He just couldn't bring anything X-factor-wise to it, costing us a try at some point, in my opinion. That could have been a try easily. Overall, on attack, he was meh. We need to look at bringing Damien or Galant in here, as Damien Willems is definitely a much better option at this point, just to give them some game time. Even Frans Steyn if we have to, but I'd like to blood some young players. Honourable mention, De Arlander. I know I give you shtick, but wow. Best performance I've seen you play in a long time. Real quality, and if you're going to continue with that kind of form, I'll pick you any day. Wow. You just amazing on defence, outstanding on attack, besides a slight lapse in judgment not placing the ball. To be, some people argue otherwise though. That should have been a try. I'm not going to get into the argument of whether it should be or not. It was an outstanding move and a stunning run, and credit to you for that great performance. Arm outside him also, just shutting down what is probably the sharpest attack of this tournament with outstanding runs, really timing them to perfection, cutting off the ball at this, just so it couldn't get any wider. He really is just a defensive master on arm. He really is, and he's making the South African rush defense possible. Really, I love seeing him. He has so much understanding of the game, understands where the ball's going to go. His timing is just impeccable. On attack, he's a little bit shaky still, but his defense is insane. So credit to him. Overall, the whole forward pack performed very well, but again, the missed opportunities from the back line, something to look at. Easy tries dropped, easy points from the relatively easy conversions missed. So Pollard needs to look at that. His open play, though, very good, leading up to a try. Very good open play moves, so credit to that. But his kicking was not great today. But yes, let's finish it off with, I will be bringing another video, like looking at the matchups, all of those different things. So please watch out for that. And yeah, let me know your opinions down below, how you feel this game went, anything else you want to cover, all those good things. Thanks guys, cheers, bye.